I didn't know that they were actually going to have the gala on. It's like 12:30 in the morning, 12:36. It's the 20th. Is Vincent skating to that Harry Styles song, so I don't really want to get in any kind of trouble, but you get the idea. See, this is what I mean. I mean, yeah, jumps and all that, but I'd much rather watch galas. You know, they just don't exist anymore. But I guess they'll probably only put a couple of Americans on. But I remember back in the day, like I said, the 1988, they put the whole thing on. I don't get it because back in 1988, I don't remember the Olympics being spread across channels. Like I don't think it was like it was on ABC or NBC, whichever. But that was the Olympics I fell in love with, and like I said, I remember seeing so much. I really kind of think it was on all day. And same with the one before the. I mean, I watched the LA one, but it was the Winter Olympics that I ended up really liking, and it's over. The Olympics is basically over except for the closing ceremonies, and I didn't even. I feel like I didn't even get into watching it. You know, I had the TV on the whole time. So what was on? If I wasn't sitting here staring at it, it was on channel 10. You know, but okay. So this is Alyssa Liu. Yeah. Alyssa Liu. I gotta remember to say it the way they want instead of the way it's spelled. She borrowed somebody's dress because she didn't have her own. They said she wasn't expecting to be in the gala, which I'm not. I get. I think a lot of people went home. I'm not sure they did, but I think they did. I don't know why you would, but I don't know this song. Listen, I don't want to get in trouble, so take out as much as I can. I wonder, she's so young. Has she been on a tour show or whatever to do galas and stuff? Because she didn't, the point was she borrowed the dress because she didn't think she was going to be in the gala, or she hadn't been in gala, whatever. So she didn't bring a gala dress. She just had her normal costumes. Because really, I mean, generally speaking, the way they used to do the galas, and probably still the way, but they still invite people, is that it would be, you know, the medalists. That's it. Because there's enough. I mean, that's 12 skaters. 12 skaters is enough for 2 hours. Or 12 skaters. Not 12 skaters because you're going to do pairs and ice dance. But you get what I'm saying. 12 medalists in terms of performances. So people must have gone home. Oh yeah, the Russians went home. Right? Or just, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea who was not in this, but why am I even doing this if I can't do the music because it's all songs and I'll get in trouble because they're not going to talk over it and the songs are clear, you know? I was surprised that it was on. I stayed up thinking maybe because they said it, and I was like, they are putting some on, because I think it actually came on the other channel maybe at 11 o'clock, so they were seeing the whole thing on the channel I don't have, USA. Is Johnny not there? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stop streaming because I'm only gonna get in trouble with the music. So let me stop. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly over. The Olympics is over, and I'm sad. Like I said, I was thinking about it. I was like, I usually watch speed skating, not the short track, but I usually like that. I only kind of barely looked at it today, and the skiing was on, but all they kept showing was, you know, Michaela Schifrin bailing out, and they don't. Because they're going back and forth to just show the Americans, you don't get a feel for the whole competition, I feel like. You know what I mean? They show you a handful of important people, and I don't settle in with that. So, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how back in the day it was on one channel, and I sat there and I watched the whole thing. I remember, like, Greg Louganis, like I'm saying, I think that wasn't 1984. It was 19... Yeah, because you know the Olympics used to be both were in the same year a long time ago. Then they started staggering them. So, yeah. But you could sit there all day being. I think that they were saying something about NBC not getting enough ad revenue or something like that, or something didn't work out for NBC as much as they planned on making money off of it. And it's like, well, I think there's too many people, not in the 1%, but too many people in that upper echelon that have enough money to pay overpriced things and pay for, they buy, you know, they have a car that's expensive and they get a new one all the time, so they rent a car because they never actually own it. You know what I mean? They think they own it, but they're basically renting it because they have it for a few years, then they trade it in and get another one. And they do all this subscription stuff, you know, and they're able to do that. And those people who have that amount of money, there's enough of them that they think it's everybody, but it's not. So there's a bunch of other people who have to pick and choose what they do. And in years past, you didn't have to do that. That's what I'm saying. So say everybody stayed home and watched the Olympics and it was on NBC all day, you'd be getting ad revenue from the commercials. Now if it's on cable channels and people have enough money for all the cable channels, they're probably not going to sit there and watch the Olympics. You know what I mean? They're probably going to watch something else, you know. Well, yeah, they're only putting the Americans. I didn't care for I don't know, my brain's been preoccupied for a long time now. I haven't been able to pay attention to one thing for a long time. Like, of course, the pandemic's made whatever mental problems we had, it's made it all worse. But it's been a lot harder. I was already starting to be like that, where I had to do 3 things at once. So nothing gets my undivided attention the way it wants to. I haven't felt like I have time, which means I don't ever get anything done because I'm always splitting my energy 2-3 ways. You know what I mean? And I don't know how to do it different anymore, so the only thing I can still do sometimes is I can still sit and watch a movie. Like if it's on a DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, and I put it in the machine and I watch it on the television. But streaming and stuff like that, when I had Disney Plus for that month and I was constantly, like Hawkeye, I was constantly pausing and getting up and moving on, and I remember it taking me like 3 hours to watch an episode of Hawkeye, and they were like half an hour long because I kept pausing and getting up and pausing and getting up. So unless I was super interested, and in this case, even the figure skating, it came on NBC, but in order to watch it in real time, you had to watch it. I had to watch it, you know. I mean, other people, they have the whole setup. They can do streaming and zap it to their TV. I don't have all that situation going on. And I know it was like, oh, you just do this and you do that, whatever. I have a weird situation where I'm half in the world and half out, and I've been getting more out over time, but I'm really out now, where I still try to run with people who do these things. They go to the movies, they watch streaming services. I still try to keep current, as they say, with my fellow human, but it's incredibly hard to do. And like, there's things I just had to stop caring about years ago. You know, like I said, all the stuff that was on cable. You know, so I had to pick and choose what I would get HBO when Game of Thrones was on, and then get it right back off. And with Netflix, I would get it for like, if there was a month where something was coming on that I really didn't want to get spoiled for, I'd pay for that month, and I'd catch up on everything else that I hadn't seen. You know, but at this point, I can't even do that. So it's just, it's not, I mean, after everything that's happened, it's not really important anymore, but I don't have anything else. I don't have a whole nother life. I never did. So now it's really like, in the absence of this kind of stuff, if it's not as engaging as it needs to be, like, okay, 4 Americans, these pairs, Alyssa Liu and Vinci Zhao, they're not my favorite people, so I'm only going to have to pay attention. You know, if this was Yuzu that I was watching, or Shoma, I'd be, now are they going to show me those people? Probably not. I already resigned myself to the idea that I would have to catch, you know, individual performances, maybe up on YouTube later on. It makes me feel bad, but so much of, you know, what we watch isn't community based anymore anyway. It's like when you want to watch it.
Open and honest about their Olympic experience. This is their last Olympics. This is a team that has a competitive career that's coming to an end. They will be headed into the show circuit, so lots of skating left for them, but their competitive experience is coming to a close. Retirement plan for the end of this season, and they'll do it with 2 Olympic medals from the ice dance and the team event competitions in Beijing.
Oh, they don't have those medals. I can't believe they're making these people go home without their team event medals. It's really nasty. They didn't have to do that. I don't even know what their intention is. Is their intention to just never give the Russians a medal? Because that's what I feel like. Because if it was about maybe perhaps taking it away, they would have given it to them and then taken it away. But that's not what they did.
It was my destiny. I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley. Ready to fly? Ready to fly. Some people want to put me in jail. So else would they?
Why in the world did Baz Luhrmann think that Austin Butler looked like Elvis? Because Miles Teller said he wanted to do it. And I knew there was an Elvis movie coming out, going to be made, and he said he wanted to do it, and I was like, okay, done and done. Perfect. And then they get this guy. Nothing about him looks like Elvis. And they probably made him look worse trying to make him look like Elvis. The hair doesn't fit his head. Oh my God. It honestly looks like somebody with way too much makeup on. It's sad. I mean, pretty much everybody else who played Elvis looked better. Kurt Russell, of course, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. He looks nothing like him. He actually trying to make Elvis faces. It's making him look like a scary doll of something. But this is for the idiot children that went to see Bohemian Rhapsody and were like, ah! When that guy looked nothing like, who are these people? Yeah, so they're just putting the Americans. I hate truck and baits. So yeah, is this the end? Is this only for an hour? Does this end at 1 o'clock? I don't even know. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this because I don't want to get in trouble for something they're doing. So if there's more,